Welcome to my channel Arts and Literature. Today I will discuss about Susan Bassnett's well-known book Translation Studies. Many of us find difficulties while reading this book. So, I will try my best to explain this book within easy and simple words. So, without further any delay, let's decode Susan Bassnett's Translation Studies. At first, I will let you know what we will learn from this famous book. Translation studies aims to understand the complex process of translation and its impact on language, culture, and communication. Scholars in this field examine the challenges and strategies involved in transferring meaning from one language to another, considering factors such as cultural context, linguistic structures, and socio-political dynamics. Translation means converting a text content report book and so on from one language to another language. For example, good is an English word. While we translate it into Hindi, it became acha. In Bengali, it is valo. There is a process of translation of any book or context. At first, we analyze the source language, then convert it into the target language by restructuring. As the structure of any language is different from one language to another. Before going further, we need to know what is source language and target language. Source language, SL, refers to the language from which a text is being translated. It is the original language of the source text that the translator is working with. The source language, SL, is the language in which the content, meaning, and structure of the original text are expressed. The target language, TL, is the language to which the content is being transferred. The target language, TL, is the language that the translator aims to convey the meaning, style, tone, and other linguistic and cultural aspects of the source text. In the translation of a French novel into English, French would be considered the source language, as it is the language from which the text is being translated. English, in this case, would be the target language, as it is the language into which the text is being translated. Why translation is important? Translation is a process. It is very new science. It's very ignorance matter before. Because of globalization, translation serves as a vital bridge that facilitates communication, enables global interactions, promotes cultural understanding, and supports various sectors in an increasingly interconnected world. Transition gives us the opportunity to communicate and share our thoughts, ideas with the people of different countries. Our Holy Quran is written in Arabic language, Bible is written in Greek and Hebrew language, Homer is written in ancient Greek language. If no one translate these books, then people who don't understand Arabic, Greek will not be able to acquire knowledge from Quran, Bible, and so on. But similarity cannot exist between SL and TL. There are some loss and gain in translation process. Loss in translation. Loss in translation means absence of actual main theme of the context while converting it from source language, SL, to target language, TL. Loss in translation means failure to keep the original essence of one concept while translating it from SL to TL. Such as Wyatt and Surrey's translations of Petrarch. They didn't properly translate the translation of Petrarch's work. The term loss in translation refers to the idea that some aspects of meaning or nuance may be compromised or not fully conveyed when a text is translated from one language to another. It suggests that there are inherent difficulties in capturing the full richness and subtleties of the source text in the target language. Eugene Nieder, an American linguist, shows that a translator encountered many difficulties with concepts terms in the source language that do not exist in the target language. He gives the example of Guayca, which is a language of southern Venezuela, where there is a little difficulty in finding so satisfactory terms for the English word murder, stealing, lying, etc. So, he points out that Guayca does not follow a dichotomous classification like English language, but follows a trichotomous one. As a result, it becomes difficult to find out the correct and appropriate word. Every language has so many synonyms for one particular word, such as The large number of terms in Finnish, a language, has so many variations of snow. In Arabic there are many synonyms of camel behavior. In English there are many same word for light and water and so on, which untranslatable problems for the translator. Actually, every word has its own significance and can't be replaceable most of the time. Apart from these, there are languages that do not have tense systems or concept of time. In this case, translator face lexical problems. There are 12 tenses in English language, but some of which have no equivalence in Arabic language, such as present perfect and present continuous tense. The failure to find out the exact reference to time may result in a serious semantic loss. If the translator is not good at in the TL, then some words and phrases might be ignored and loss occurs. Languages have unique structures, idiomatic expressions, and cultural references that may not have direct equivalence in another language. Translators often face challenges in finding precise linguistic matches, resulting in the loss of certain linguistic nuances and cultural connotations. Words and phrases can have multiple meanings or interpretations. Translators must make decisions about which interpretation to prioritize, potentially leading to the loss of alternative interpretations or ambiguity present in the source text. Pragmatic aspects, such as tone, humor, irony, and implied meanings, may not transfer seamlessly, resulting in a loss of the intended effect or impact of the source text. Untranslatability in translation. Sometimes, translator faces difficulties while translating from SL to TL, which raises the question of translatability. Some words or concepts may have cultural, historical, or contextual meanings that are difficult to fully convey in another language. These untranslatable elements may lead to a loss of depth or specificity in translation. In this case, J. C. Catford, a Scottish linguist, characterized two types of untranslatability, such as A. Linguistic and B. Cultural. Linguistic, when there is no lexical or syntactical alternative in the TL for a SL item, linguistic untranslatability occurs. In Germanum wie will darf man sei morgen wecken? In Danish jeg font brevet. Both sentences are linguistically untranslatable because both have such structure that doesn't exist in English language. So, while we translate these sentences, we have to face difficulties. As a result, untranslatability occurs. But both can be translated into English after applying the rules of English structure by restructuring the German word order and by adjusting the position of the post-positive definite article in Danish. Catford argues cultural untranslatability is due to absence in the TL culture of a relevant situational feature for the SL text. It refers to translation difficulties which occurs from the dissimilarity between SL culture and the TL culture. For example, in Hindi language sindoor is a holy thing, whereas in English language sindoor is just a red powder. In Muslim culture, we keep fast for religious purpose, but same thing in another country the word fast indicates diet for decreasing weight. Gains in translation. Sometimes, translators invent quality explanation of the unknown concept of the source language in the TL by their own creativity and artistic intelligence. By translating from one to another language, a writer can earn. It will become a profession and earning source for him. It ensures that important works of literature, scientific discoveries, historical documents, and other valuable texts are accessible to a wider audience. Translation helps to bridge the gap between different linguistic communities, allowing knowledge to be shared and exchanged globally. Translation plays a crucial role in enabling communication between different cultures and languages. It allows ideas, information, and cultural expressions to be shared and understood across linguistic boundaries. Why nowadays this subject became popular? By studying translation, researchers and practitioners gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of language, culture, and communication, fostering intercultural understanding and promoting effective translation practices. It enables international trade, facilitates diplomatic relations, provides access to healthcare services for non-native speakers, ensures legal and administrative rights are upheld, and supports educational opportunities for individuals with different language backgrounds. The process of globalization has led to increased interaction and interconnectedness among different cultures and languages. This has created a growing demand for translation services in various domains, including business, diplomacy, media, and academia. Advances in technology, particularly in the field of machine translation and language processing, have significantly impacted the translation industry. Machine translation tools, such as neural machine translation and artificial intelligence-based translation systems, have become more sophisticated and accessible. Translation studies has gained recognition as an academic discipline in its own right, with dedicated programs and research centers in universities around the world. This recognition has led to the professionalization of the field, with an increased demand for qualified translators and translation scholars. Responsibility of a translator. The person who translates a content from SL to TL is called translator. His main responsibility is to maintain the original theme of a content while translating one language to another. He should bridge the gap, small, large, between cultures. What a translator should avoid while translating any content. A translator should not alter the meaning or intention of the source text. It is essential to faithfully represent the content, tone, and style of the original text without introducing personal biases or misinterpretations. Adding or omitting information. Translators should refrain from adding or omitting information that is not present in the source text. It is important to maintain the integrity and completeness of the original message. It is worth noting that translation is a complex and dynamic process, and translators may encounter challenges and dilemmas that require careful judgment and decision-making. Professional translators continuously strive to improve their skills, stay updated with industry standards, and engage in ongoing professional development to ensure they provide accurate and high-quality translations. Cultural sensitivity is crucial in translation. Translators should not ignore or neglect the cultural context of the source text. Understanding cultural references, idiomatic expressions, and social nuances is essential for producing an accurate and culturally appropriate translation. According to Popovic, there are two types of untranslatability. His classifications are also similar to Catford. But while Catford starts from within linguistics, Popovic starts from a position that involves a John literary communication. Georges Monine, a French linguist, feels that too much attention has been given to the problem of the untranslatability without solving some of the actual problems that the translator how to deal with. Monine acknowledged that the advancement of linguistic have brought to translation studies into another level. Today, we have learnt about the introduction of translation. In the next video, I will discuss about the different ages of translation, which is the third chapter of this book. If you like my video, then like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Hope to see you in the next video.